Samsung might be planning a big surprise for the Galaxy S26 series, and it could have a big effect on the price. According to a recent leak, Samsung could use a new version of the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 chip in the Galaxy S26, but here's the twist. This chip might be made by Samsung instead of the usual manufacturer, TSMC. This rumor has been around for some time, but now a popular leaker called Digital Chat Station says the Samsung-made chip is still in development and hasn't been cancelled. This new version of the chip has a different model number, SM8850S, while the regular version made by TSMC is called SM8850. Why is this important? It comes down to cost. Making the chip in-house would likely be cheaper for Samsung than buying it from TSMC. That could mean Samsung would save money, and they might pass those savings on to customers by keeping prices lower or at least not increasing them. This could be great news, especially since phone prices keep going up every year. If Samsung can lower its costs and keep prices the same or even lower them a bit, it would make the Galaxy S26 more appealing to buyers. But there's a possible downside. Samsung doesn't have the best history when it comes to making chips. In the past, their chips have sometimes had problems like overheating, using more battery, or not performing as well as chips made by TSMC. That's why some people might worry about the quality of this new Samsung-made chip. However, it looks like Samsung has been trying to improve. If the company can get its chip performance closer to what TSMC delivers, this move could be smart. A well-performing chip that's cheaper to produce could be a win for both Samsung and its customers. Another interesting part is that Samsung may not be the only one using this cheaper chip. Other brands like Xiaomi and Honor might also use it in their phones, especially in markets where keeping prices low is important. This could make a difference across the whole Android market. That's not all. Samsung is also working on its own chip, the Exynos 2600. This means Samsung hasn't fully decided which chip will power the S26. We might see different chips in different countries, just like Samsung has done before. At the end of the day, what most users care about is whether their phone runs smoothly, doesn't get too hot, and has good battery life. Whether it's a Samsung-made Snapdragon chip, one from TSMC, or the new Exynos chip, the important thing is how well the phone performs. It's hard not to compare Samsung with Apple here. Apple makes its own chips and always delivers great performance. Samsung may be trying to do something similar, taking more control of the technology inside its phones. So now the big question is this: would you be okay with a Samsung-made chip in your Galaxy S26 if it meant a lower price? Some people might be happy to save money, while others may want the safety of a TSMC chip that's proven to work well. It really depends on what Samsung delivers in the end. No matter what, the Galaxy S26 is shaping up to be a very interesting release. The biggest change this time might not be the design or the camera, but what's powering the phone on the inside. If Samsung gets it right, they could offer a phone that's fast, reliable, and more affordable. We'll just have to wait and see which chip Samsung chooses. But for now, it's exciting to think that the Galaxy S26 could give users better performance without a bigger price tag. Let's hope Samsung makes the right choice, one that benefits everyone who uses their phones every day.